What's cracking? How you doing, guys? Welcome to the Deal Sauce Live. Oh my goodness, I am so excited for today. Um, it's gonna be a great day. I've got a solution to a very old problem that we face in the world of real estate investment. So I'm just excited to get into that. But before we just do all the work stuff, how are you guys? Who's here? Show me who's here. Tell me how you feeling today. Let's chat a little bit before we get rocking and rolling, because these things take a minute to get rocking. People are like, putting on their best clothes. They're getting in their favorite ergonomic seat. What's up, Ben Power? What's up? What's up, Pansy? How you doing? Howard, what's up, dog? Just got some pay per lead deals. Yes, Howard, man, he's got you guys can tell who's got some money in the chat. Howard's got some money in the chat. He's buying the pay-per-click leads. So he's got some cash for the lead gen, which I love. Man, it's so good to see you guys. I feel so happy and so blessed to first be alive, to be healthy, and to be in Canada with my amazing daughter. If you guys recognize this little backdrop that I typically stream in from while I'm in Canada, you won't see it after tomorrow because I am in town to close on my daughter and I's new home. So I bought a house here in Calgary, Alberta, right on the river. And my daughter and I are going to have our own little pad, which is amazing. I'm going to let her paint her walls. And it's cool, man. And I owe all of that freedom to real estate. I mean, how lucky am I that I get to live in Phoenix, I get to live in Los Angeles, and I get to live in Canada. I got 3 primary residents, all thanks to real estate. I mean, what a beautiful business. Once you free yourself financially using the tools and using the lessons and all of the different strategies that we have in this beautiful business model, you can be free to do whatever you want, live wherever you want, wake up whenever you want. Although the freer I've become, the earlier I wake up. Why? Because I'm just so dang excited to live my day. For real. Robin asked, how many kids do I have? I have 2 daughters. I got 2 daughters. I have one daughter that lives here in Calgary, Charisma. And I have another daughter who lives in Phoenix with her mom, Natalie. And that is Taylor. I have, they're amazing little girls. Well, not so little anymore. Charisma is almost 16 and Taylor is 18. And so, I'm going through it because I got like a young adult and a teenager in my life. And yeah, but they're amazing. They're amazing women. And they're just, I'm so blessed to have these souls in my life because what a cool thing, cool thing to be a dad. Amazing. So good to see you all here with me. I'm just going to shout a few of you out. What's up, Howard? What's up, Ben? Pansy? Oh, Jen Finch McDonald. What's up, girl? How you doing, Jenny? Robert Davis. What's up, Dennis? Antoine. What's up, Troz the Music? Who is that? Is that Alexander? Is that his rap name? What's up, Ann and Brent? Hi, y'all. What's up, Barrett? Benjamin Hardy. Vicente, what's cracking? Catalyst Capital Ventures. Sup? Mike Leahy. What's up, dog? Ivan, how you doing, my brother? Oh, there he is. There's Alexander Whitfield. That's his true identity right here. That's my boy. Tabitha, what's up, girl? Land Contract Mike, what's good? John Stokes, my man. What's up, Glenn? How you all doing today? Beautiful day in the neighborhood. What's up, Gladys? Jesse, I am doing phenomenal. I'm doing phenomenal today. I couldn't be better. Gordon Olson, man, good old boy. That's my homeboy. How you doing, bro? Sherry Fitzgerald, how are you? She got an 18-year-old boy. Amazing. Keep him away from my 18-year-old girl. I'm just kidding. What's up, Judith? Happy to have you here. Cheryl Williams, what's up, girl? Robin Hurt, one of my favorite people in the world. Luke. Oh my goodness. How beautiful. How beautiful. All right. So before we get into it, I want to like get right to the good stuff today, but there's a couple of things why I think today's stream is going to be important. We've seen over the last, 7-8 years, different platforms come into the forefront for the utility that they provide us in real estate investing, right? Especially in the world of acquisitions. We know as wholesalers, as fix and flip investors, co-living investors, whatever it is that you're doing in this space, creative finance, wholesale, whatever it is, finding deals, finding leads, finding deals is the lifeblood of the game, right? You got to get your hands on great properties at incredible prices, and that's where the value is created. And that's what allows us to make money, to sell these deals, to create cash flow, and to fix and flip and add value to our communities. And so we know that the lifeblood of the game is in finding these distressed properties. And there's a number of different places where we can find these distressed properties. We know from the education that I teach and Pace teaches and Brent Daniels teaches is you can either go out and find these opportunities by doing lead generation. And that's, sweat equity, that's elbow grease, that's picking up the phone, that's getting to it. That's the hunter in you, letting the hunter out. And it's an incredible, typically inexpensive way to find and get your hands on some deals, right? Making phone calls, calling homeowners, calling real estate agents, calling expired listings, calling listings that are sitting on the MLS that are overpriced, and making good offers, right? So we understand that this is a process. And we also know that in order to get our hands on these types of opportunities, stale listings, code violations, pre-foreclosures, empty nester lists, code violation lists, water shutoff lists, all these different cool lists that you can call that give us an idea of distress. What we've encountered up until this point is a disjointed playing field. What do I mean by that? Well, you guys all know I'm a huge fan and advocate of agent relationships to do business. And when I got my hands on this great platform, which I've used for, 3-4 years, some of you are familiar with it, Privy. Phenomenal platform to go and get deals off the MLS, right? It was one of its kind. It was one of a kind. There was nothing like it out there, right? We had all been using either PropStream or batch leads, which were great for going direct to seller, but they didn't have an MLS tie-in because an MLS tie-in is so expensive to get. Very, 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 very high investment dollars required to tie into the MLS. And so batch and PropStream didn't have that capability. And so if you wanted to do MLS deals, agent deals, you'd have to go to Privy. If you wanted to do direct to seller deals, get lists and skip trace those lists, you would typically be working at PropStream or batch leads. And if you know anything about the billing fees or the fees that were charged from each of these platforms, Privy is somewhere about like $150. Sometimes they've got these, promotions that can make it a little cheaper, but for the most part, most people are paying like $150 a month, and batch leads somewhere around the same, right? $100 a month, right? PropStream, same thing, $100 a month. And so if you add it all together, you're in, a subscription situation. You're paying money every month. And because a lot of what we're doing here is beginner entry level stuff, right? We're just getting started in this game. And so what ends up happening is we start stacking all these subscriptions into our monthly expenses. And if we got a W-2 job that we're working at the same time as trying to become real estate investors, they start to add up and pile up. And then what ends up happening, you get into a situation one month and you're like, man, I'm like, it's a little tight this month. Something's got to give. And then you end up canceling your batch. You end up canceling your Privy. And then you don't have the tools you need to do the game, to play the game. right? And so what do? You quit. I've seen it. I've seen it happen over and over and over again, over a few $100s a month. People are just about like, man, I'm spent. I am spent. Now, here's another risk, right? You go and buy an annual membership for a platform, and then the platform disappears. They go out of business or they sell to another company. And now you got to repay and do all these things. It's mind blowing. It'll make you pull your hair out. And it's not fun, right? It is not fun. Pace and I saw that problem, and we'd been talking about it for the last couple of years. We're like, what is there anything that we can do to amalgamate the different utilities, right? What if I could find a platform where I could tie into the MLS, where I could do agent deals, where I could get direct to seller leads, that I could skip trace? And what if they were in one platform? Okay. One platform? And what if I could skip trace in that platform? Well, nothing like that exists. Well, why don't we build it? And so here we are. Pace and I, over the last year, we built this platform, and it is saucy. It is an amalgamation of different features from different softwares. And so some of it might seem a little familiar in areas, and other parts of it are completely brand new. We developed by just paying developers. And so we put all of the best of all of the worlds together in one place. And then we thought, okay, well, how do we handle the billing of this, right? Because you've got batch at $100 a month, you've got Privy at $150 a month, you got PropStream at $100 a month. What should we do? Well, what if we could do it even cheaper? So today we're going to dive into the solution, I think, to this big problem that many of us have been having. I think you're going to love this solution so much that many of you are going to want to promote this solution. So if you like what you see today and you would like to become an affiliate to help spread the word, to help spread the sauce, to make the world of real estate more saucy, just reach out to me on Instagram. I would love for you to become an ambassador and affiliate for our community. But in addition to that, I think you're just going to see just magic today. You're going to see really incredible utility. We have a world-class comping software in this, or comping tool in this Deal Sauce platform. We've got skip tracing in the platform. We're working on unlimited skip tracing very soon, guys. We're just tying that in right now, so that'll be an option. We've got direct to seller with world-class skip tracing, world-class, like some of the best skip tracing. And again, I know some of you guys, I'm not going to name the name of the platform, but you have seen how their skip tracing is not equal all over the place. And you can spend $1,500 on a list and 5 people pick up the phone, right? Because all the numbers are wrong. And so, I mean, we really went all out. So without further ado, I want to bring to you my very good friend, Jeremy, who is going to walk us through a demo of Deal Sauce. And towards the end of it, here's my promise to you guys. I'm going to give you guys all a free trial, all right? Couple free weeks for you to go try it out, test it out, and work through it, right? I believe in it so much. I just think that if you guys play with it for a couple of weeks, you will understand why you can let go of all the others and stay with Pace and I at Deal Sauce. So, Jeremy.
Yes, sir. Bro? Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. Thanks for being here. Happy Saturday to you. Where are you joining us from?
Montana. So I'm 1 hour from Canada. So I'm a little south of you. I'm in Kalispell, Montana.
You're in Kalispell, Montana. You're in one of the most beautiful places in the United States. I absolutely adore it. I'm like 4 hours away from you in Calgary, Alberta right now.
Yeah, just north. You're
just north of you. Yep. Exactly. Okay.
Love it. And again, it puts the point out of we can do this anywhere, right? And don't be limited in your own backyard, right? You can go out there and invest anywhere, live where you want to, invest where you want to. And the software, I like what Michael said. Jamil sauce. I like it. Great name there for this. That was great.
Yeah, it is. It's Jamil sauce. I can tell you how my sauce was included. I was very involved in creating the comping tool in Deal Sauce because you guys know that I take comping very seriously. I have studied appraisal rules and I've studied with appraisers for a decade to understand how to determine value of property. And so I'm absolutely thrilled that they took all of the different ideas and suggestions that I had and created a comping tool that I think is better than all of them. And Slate, oh, what cool. Every new software is the latest and greatest. Well, my friend, what would you prefer? That new software be worse than the last ones that we just had? Because I think that we live in a world where things are meant to improve. So they should be the latest and greatest. And hopefully in time, we even improve off of this. So thank you for pointing out the obvious. All right, my man. Yvette, if you would please give Jeremy the ability to share his screen.
I can't hear it. Let me see.
And I just want to say, your voice is already resonating with people in the chat. They're like, man, listen to that guy's radio voice. I wish I had a voice like yours.
Oh, no, not at all. Part of it's fighting that little cold that's been going around. So it's normally not this raspy, but here you go. You guys get the best of the best, maybe, if that's
Awesome.
what it is. Thank you. Well, I'll jump in. There's 3 big things I want to cover on the software. And Jamil, please, chime in anytime, interrupt me. I'm not offended by being interrupted at all because I know you have something that's, hey, before moving on to the next point, clarify this or do this because I get so excited about it and passionate about this software. It's built by investors for investors, and we need stuff, not just what a dev team, right, development team thinks is going to be needed. No, we need practical stuff, and it is being updated. I can almost say daily, some of the stuff, because again, we keep getting feedback from everyone in the group, which makes it better and better. None of us are as smart as all of us. And I may like one list and Jamil likes a different one and you like another one and so on and so forth. Well, great. What do you guys need with that? What can we keep doing? And man, I love it already the way it is, and you're going to love it too. So 3 big things I'm going to cover with you: how to pull list, comps, and then AI. And we're going to talk about the wholesale AI. So those 3 are the big ones. If you want something else, we can start with these.
Yeah, well, and in pulling lists, I want us to really dive in and show the MLS and agent utilities here because, as I have made millions of dollars on market deals. And I think it's one of the reasons why so many people switched from PropStream and batch leads to Privy was because Privy offered that MLS tie-in, which is just missing in both of those other platforms, and also allows us to comp in non-disclosure states. And we spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, guys, hundreds of thousands of dollars to be able to tie into the different MLSs across the country. It is so dang expensive to be able to do that. And I'd like to begin there if you don't mind, Jeremy.
Yeah, absolutely. So in a certain market, Jamil?
My favorite market is Phoenix, Arizona. So why don't we check out Phoenix, Arizona? And if we can, I'd like a roll call in the chat. We got about 160 of you with us right now, and it'll continue growing. Can you guys tell me right now in the chat which platform for acquisitions you're using? Are you a Privy user? Are you a batch leads user? Are you a PropStream user? Just so that I can get an understanding of who we got with us in the chat. All right, go ahead, Jeremy.
Okay, so I've just the 3 steps to really pulling a list, if you will, an active list. So number 1 is we enter our city in. I like to label things, numbers. I'm one of those less calories. How can we make it easy to comprehend and understand things? And our brains don't like ambiguity. So we want the software to be as clear and concise and get you to the results as quickly as we can. So number 1, enter the market we're in, choose it. Next, we're going to do some macro searches. So we can do active listings. It's like Jamil said, and I love active listings. I'll piggyback Jamil on that one. Without active listings, I would not be coaching, teaching, and be a full-time investor at all without active listings, because that's been my bread and butter. So same here. From here, you have all your other layers you can add. And if you're not sure what zombie properties are, well, there's the question mark. Let's make it less calories for you. You can just hover over it. And these are properties are in pre-foreclosure process and are also vacant, right? Vacant zombie properties. That's what that is. If you're not sure what a board investor is, again, you hover right over it. Absentee owners who have owned the subject property for a long period of time. And then it explains even how they're identified. So you can layer these, but there is one area I like to let you know where you can get caught on the chin too. If you're trying to do pre-foreclosures and you're trying to do foreclosures at the same time, and you have this button selected to match all of them, well, something can't be, you can't be pregnant and non-pregnant at the same time, right? You're one or the other. So make sure you don't get caught on that, or you're thinking the software is not working and it's just, you would have to unselect it is all, and then it will give you all those layers.
It reminds me a little bit about, Trump's latest thing he did. I'm sorry, I'm not a political guy, but guys, there are only two things you can be: in pre-foreclosure or in foreclosure. That's it. And not to say that everybody's in pre-foreclosure, but I mean, if you're not in foreclosure, then at some level you might be in pre-foreclosure depending on your life circumstances goes. Anyways, I was trying to make a joke there. It didn't land. Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah. There you go. So we got active and whatever layers you want to search right here. So step 1, enter the city. Step 2, do your macro filters is what we call these. So macro, big picture ones. And then from here, we're going to narrow it down. And every time I choose one, right, it changes my results over here. And I'm going to go to the next one over here because these are active listings. Remember that. And then I'm going to go to the micro filters now. And the micro filters, this is where you can really dial it in, right? This is where you can kind of get that. Instead of quantity, you can do quality. And so if I don't want some of these, I can take out townhome or condo, or I don't want apartments. Again, you could, whatever you're focusing on, right? Whatever you feel like your deal sauce, sweet sauce is, adjust it to just your flavor. And then from here, once we have those all adjusted, now we have all of the other smaller levels. And I'm going to come back to the AI one because I want to leave that for maybe last, because that's such a cool one there. And let me tell you, I'll let you know up front, I'm not going to do it justice because it's AI. AI has me beat, despite how smart you might think I am or lack thereof. AI trumps me all day on that one. So I'll try to hit some of the highlights, but I won't be able to do justice. I'll give you that warning up front. So market evaluations, rental estimates, property features. I want single family. What do I want here on these? I'll take out other. Again, you could adjust it. These are standard filters that we all need. Whoops. Property filters. Click on the right one here. Property types. I like to do, you might do, hey, I want at least a couple bedrooms. I want 1 bath. And again, you adjust these to what you want. And I'll do some of mine here real quickly, and you guys could, again, adjust them to your market.
So I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you the filters that I want. Sorry, are you able to hear me? Yep. John Lisandrello said, this looks like Deal Junkie. Yes, aspects of it are, John. And one of the really interesting things is that what we've done is we've taken pieces of the best of our different platforms and we put them all together. So as I said earlier in today's call, there are going to be parts that look a little familiar. There's going to be parts that look like nothing you've ever seen before, because we took the best of everything and put it all together into one thing. So here's what I want to see, Jeremy. I'd like to see deals that are sitting in Phoenix, Arizona, single family houses that have high equity, listed on the MLS, that have been on the market for 60 days or longer. Okay. And are we able to make any filters on pricing, like, percentages of ARV or wholesale pricing or anything that appears to show us that there's some value in the deal?
Yeah, the high equity is at it's 60%. So 40% equity is what the high equity is. So that one's already put in there right now. We can adjust it though if we really want to dial in to loan to value over here, and that's where we can. If you don't want to do the high equity, we can adjust it manually. So we got both.
Amazing. Let's pull a list.
Okay. And just those, you want just those? Anything else you want me to? I want
60 days on market or longer.
Okay. So
and I want to get into the AI scoring, but not quite yet, because I want people to understand just what the basics come with. So let's see what this looks like. Show me how many leads we get from this?
Okay. So I have active, high equity, single family, and 60 days plus on the market. Just those 4 filters.
And
Correct?
how about any pricing? Are we able to filter out some pricing? You said.
Yeah. What price do you want? I think that's right below here.
Well, any capacity to yeah. So the profit potential. Explain that to me.
Yeah. So profit potential. This is estimating how much profit there's going to be in the deal. We want to put a little question mark next to it to explain some of these, like we do with keywords and status change. What's the potential profit? And that's going to be gross profit. Again, gross profit is not net profit. So make sure you dial in your numbers exactly on those, but let you know what the percentage is after closing cost. So the gross profit.
Okay. So can we do a percentage of ARV at all?
Yeah. ARV, it's doing the potential profit of what they have right now on the what did we listed at. So if you wanted a potential profit of, is there a dollar amount you want on this one or a percentage of?
Yeah, let's say if I like properties under 500K and under, and so profit potential 50K.
Okay, so 500,000 and minimum profit. You said 50K.
Yes, sir.
Did I hear you right, Jamil?
Yes, 50,000. Sorry, your microphone is going in and out, so I apologize.
Oh, my apologies. Yeah. 50,000. Let me just do the 10% here. Well, my drop down here is blocking it. So I'll do 10%, which would be the 50,000 on that one for now.
Perfect.
And so we got 500K, 10%, at least 10% on there, and see results. So now it narrowed down to 16 properties.
Phenomenal.
Any other filters you want set?
No, here's why I wanted to do that, because at the end of the day, we've got so many people here that are working full-time jobs. If you're working a full-time W-2 job right now, can you just put W-2 in the chat so that I can see how many of the near 180 people that are tuning in are working a W-2? So one of the biggest dilemmas that people who have a W-2 job is that when you're working a W-2, you've got a compressed amount of time in the day to do this business. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if I'm going after on-market MLS deals that are priced well or that have potential profit margins like we see here, would you want to call 1,000 listings, 500 listings? Not a flipping chance. There's no way. I don't got that much time in the day. I got a W-2 job. There's absolutely not enough time for me to call all of these people. So what I first and foremost like about what we can do here is I can take the deals that are sitting on the MLS and I can filter them down using specific parameters on profit margin, specific parameters on days on market, and I can narrow that down to a list of 16, right? Now, again, this is 16. It might be 20 in your zip code or 20 in the area that you're working on. But for me, I can manage 16 phone calls in a day. I can make those calls before I go to work. I can make those calls during my lunch break. I can make those calls on my way home from work. And I can manage to do that much lead generation in a day. And if I've got 16 highly motivated, because we know they're highly motivated because they've been sitting on the market for 60 days or longer. We know that they've got good pricing. So there's profit potential here. I would way rather be calling those listings, those 16 listings, and giving verbal offers, because you know that when you do this business, if you put out 10 verbal offers a day, that you can pretty well get to 2 deals a month. Most of the people that I've taught that can get themselves to a cadence of 10 verbal offers a day can typically bang out 2 to 3 deals a month. And 2 to 3 deals a month can mean $20,000 to $30,000 a month. Consistently, that can help you leave the W-2 in a matter of months, right? And so I would look at this as an opportunity to start banking those pipelines, start banking those leads in pipeline, those verbal offers that I'm putting out there. Of course, many of them get rejected right out of the gate, but you got to keep following up, keep following up, keep following up, and then eventually some of them will land. And I would way rather spend, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes in my day calling these 16 highly curated, highly potential deals than casting a wide net and calling every MLS deal that exists that's been on the market for 60 days or longer. So for me, that's how I would like to use this. Now, Gordon, of course, that's a very specific thing that you're talking about. And that's not something that we'll talk about in here, but you can also go direct to seller. If the people that you're working with will only help you sell direct to seller deals, you can also do that in this platform as well, my brother. Okay, so we got 16 potential leads this way. What I'd like to do now is go back to the the deals that are sitting on the MLS, all active listings. Let's go back to our filters.
And one thing too is, if I can just interject here, this is showing Phoenix proper. Could we hit the polygon tool and, of course, search greater area, of course, because right, is Jamil not going to flip a house because it's in Peoria, right?
No, and can we remove that, please? Let's make it all a greater Phoenix. My apologies.
So if I was doing that, I would just polygon tool. Those that have used prop streams, man, theirs drove me nuts. I couldn't click on it sometimes because it was, properties were in the way. This one, here we go. Now we have the properties, and it's going to adjust it and show it went from that to 47 now.
Okay, still highly manageable, right? So like that I love. 47 calls. If you think that you could get through going through 47 calls in between your day, from before work, during break, on your drive home, and potentially another hour at night, if you could get through 40 calls, put an X in the chat. I want to see how many of us can start to see that we could actually manage this. This could be something that I could do on my off time. All right. So here's what I would really like to see, because you guys may not know here, but one of the reasons why Dr. Deal Junkie became popular, and this isn't Deal Junkie, this is Deal Sauce, but part of what I was doing in Deal Junkie was the AI scoring. Now we've brought the AI scoring from Deal Junkie into Deal Sauce here, guys, which is phenomenal. What I'd like to see is all the active listings that have high equity, that are single family, that are under $500,000, that have a high wholesale score. So let's go 800 or higher.
Okay. And sometimes there may not be anything 800 in this with those filters already, but let's see. Minimum 800.
And Catalyst, yeah, you can do AI nationwide.
0.
But, it just gets a little more expensive. For me, I just prefer to keep the AI in the markets that I'm working, right? So that I can really minimize my expense here.
I adjusted it to 600, Jamil, in this one, because it's showing the amount higher than that. It wasn't showing any. I was not saying, hey, there's 900 and above or 800 and above.
Yep.
So now 600, we're at 2.
So let's take this 60 days on market part out. Okay. How many does that lead us? Amazing. Let's see the 4.
Okay.
Okay.
And these 3 tags right here are...
Yeah. So I want to open this one up because I want you guys to see that it actually brought some pretty damn good opportunities. Let's look at this one on Granada. Okay, so we've got a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1568 square footer in Phoenix, Arizona. That is, how many square feet is that? 1568.
1568.
And it's active at 280. And it was listed January 23rd, 2025. Awesome. Now let's comp it.
Okay. So the comping, it's just a click of a button, right? So again, less calories, make it simple for you guys. Just click comparables. And now it jumps us over here to the comping tool. And all these blue headers up here, they're already programmed in. So again, you can adjust these and, adjust all your filters accordingly, but they're already in here. And I may have to take off, I usually want to take some of these off here. Loading here. My Wi-Fi, guys, being in Montana, that's one great thing, but I am on Starlink, and whenever we have a bunch of snow and everything, sometimes my Wi-Fi is a little rough, so bear with me here.
All right. So this is a deal.
All these properties.
This property is a deal. Now, I'd say the ARV on this is probably about 380. It's listed at 280, so it's a little bit high. But what I would do is I would be tracking that house. And if I could get that house at around 250K, I can make 10,000 bucks on that. Like that. So this is one of the things I want. Like, this is how fast we were able to find a deal, guys. So what I really love about this is that, and yeah, the comparables button is a massive time saver. And this was a part of what I brought to the table with the developers here, is that they have embedded in the quick comps my appraisal rules. How many of you guys have ever watched Straight Outta Compton and have tried to memorize my appraisal rules and had a hard time with it? Okay, so what we did is we took all of those appraisal rules and we embedded it into the comping tool here. But the reality is you should still probably just double check them, because again, sometimes it's going to include an auto. It's going to include a lead that may skew the value. So it's just important that you realize that.
Awesome. So
all right,
the
cool.
comps, like I said, are right here too. One thing different on PropStream that I did not like was we'd have to copy the address for all the photos and stuff. And there is a big fight with that, but we just put like a Google search in here. So if you want to click on a property to look at photos, like, hey, I need to dig a little bit deeper, like Jamil's saying, and hey, is it like to like? Well, you can go there, you can click on the property, right, open it up. And if it's not on Redfin, because we know some markets, they don't have the photos, right? I can go to Zillow, I can go to Trulia, Movoto, Compass, whatever you need to do to find the photos. And okay, is this a remodeled home? Can I do better than this? That way you don't leave money on the table. On if you're wholesaling it, you can maximize it. And looks like they had a nephew that worked at a tile store or something here with all that design. But again, we could do all that with a click of a button.
That's incredible. So yeah, that's absolutely a deal. Maybe about anywhere between a 380 to a 400 house, listed at 280. It's awesome, right? This is, for me, just like Michael said here, awesome sauce. That's absolutely awesome sauce. Yes, Vince, it's mind-blowing. This is incredible, right? So we've put together the best of Privy. We got the MLS deals. We've got the comping tool, the best of Straight Outta Compton. That's in here as well. We added the AI, which was the best of Deal Junkie. And so now we've got with us a very, very highly curated list, which in my opinion saves a dramatic amount of time in what we're trying to accomplish here. How many of you guys can see how much time you will save by implementing these different filtrations and taking your lead gen down from like 100 calls to 15 calls? If you can see that utility, put an X in the chat for me, please. Now, I want to move a little bit into the direct to seller piece, Jeremy. Even though when I say the words direct to seller, I start to get nauseous because I hate it so much. Direct to seller is not my favorite way to find a wholesale deal. I have no interest in calling homeowners at dinner time and asking them to sell their distressed property to me. However, I do know that's where money comes from. And I do know that direct to seller is where you get the deepest deals. Now, just a quick explanation on what I mean by the deepest deals. So the average assignment fee for an MLS or an agent deal, all right, at my company right now, Keegley, which we're the nation's largest wholesaler, our average deal right now is $12,789 profit margin, okay? I just checked that on Friday, $12,789 per deal. That's agent deals and MLS deals. Direct to seller, the average profit margin is $26,000 plus. Okay, so we're talking a significant amount of money, a significant amount more per deal, which, is pretty dramatic, right? So I would do more direct to seller if I didn't have to make so many phone calls. And that's why I really, really love what we've got here in Deal Sauce, because we can take a list and we can curate that list down with different AI tools. And we can take a list that may be 500 or 1,000 records, and we can dwindle that down to like 50. Now, I would way rather call 50 people than 500 people, because if I know that there's a high likelihood that these 50 people are going to sell their home, then I'm not wasting time. I'm not wasting energy, and I'm not wasting money. So let's show the people, Jeremy, how we can use the embedded AI to pull a high equity list in Phoenix and then take a larger list and curate it down. Let's squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Let's concentrate the juice so that we have no filler, no pulp, no water. All we got is concentrated money juice.
Quality there, absolutely. One thing I wanted to point out on this one was the AI. I said I would hit that briefly. It tells you right here the score on that property we just looked at. The wholesale score is 693. So they're likely to sell at a discount in 90 days. And again, that's all the AI algorithms, billions of data points they're using for how long, and it's only getting better and better, right? Look at AI has already changed over the last couple of years drastically, and again, it keeps changing. And whether we have our political views on that and taking over the world, or we watch too much sci-fi, that's another story. But part of it, I'm sure, is right here: delinquent tax activities. If they're behind on some tax activities, is that a key indicator about the person being motivated to sell? So again, back to that, the deal juice, right? They're getting the right sauce for it. That's a great indicator that's really going to protect your time. So you're focusing on the right deals.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I'm going to start fresh again. So what I do when I start fresh, I'm going to make sure to hit just the refresh so I don't have anything, any other filters programmed in there. So I'm starting a clean slate again. And do you want me to start in Phoenix again, Jamila?
Yeah.
Or where would you like?
Yeah. Phoenix. And after we do this, guys, I want to, for all of you that are doing creative deals, we're gonna give you a really fun show to show you how you can get more creative deals using this as well. Justin Tubanowski of the Sub2 community worked his ass off in helping us create this and add this to the piece. So there's just so much utility here. It's mind-bending to me.
And with that, Jamil, right there, a great piggyback on that, if I can, is whenever we do these searches, wouldn't it save time if we can save the searches? Well, of course.
Yes.
And we even have some quick searches in here. So if you want to get Jamil's jackpot sauce, Justin's, right, he was just talking about micro multifamily mix, sauced and sold. Some of you guys have heard of Pace, haven't you? Well, there you go. Pace is perfect sauce. So you get the different ones. We all like our barbecue sauce a little different. Well, you can pick and choose yours right here. Corian's, Agent Drizzle, you name it, you got it. You can, and then you can save your own, right? I put one of mine in here, and I'm not as creative on all my sauce names. So what did I put in there? I'm just real black and white. Here's my ingredients.
Oh my God, dude, that's so boring. Who's gonna use your sauce, Jeremy?
I know. All the nerds are gonna use that one. They're like, yes, it's very black and white. So, yeah.
How about
not great marketing? Mine's going to be Taco Bell.
I've got a sauce name that I'm probably going to get canceled for, so I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
Should I say it? No, I don't want to say
it.
Okay. Jeremy's Jizz. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Look at it. He's so embarrassed right now. He's like, oh, I can't believe this man just said that on the internet. All right, let's
okay.
Let's see this. Let's see that.
Okay, what now off market, right? We're going to direct to seller ones. Again, what do we want to look for, right? Do you want delinquent properties?
Yeah, I want all of the signs of distress, right? So let's go Phoenix, Arizona. Let's go high equity, free and clear. Let's get delinquent tax.
Have that.
Oh yeah, because high equity and free and clear are pretty much the same thing, right? Let's go vacant.
You want absentee too, right? That would be part of vacant, but not there, and be vacancy. And one good clue too is as you're putting these in, I always like to see what the number is coming down to. Because am I filtering it? Did I cross, do something on these? Because right now we only have 3, a little over $250,000 with just those. Because again, off market is so broad, isn't it? It's everything. But one thing I didn't say before, if I can, Jamil, show another little ninja trick right here for the secret sauce that's behind the curtains, if you will. If we want to exclude something, like I'm allergic to this, right? Some people have their food allergies, don't they? And they don't want this in their sauce. Well, we can go over to exclude and say, well, we better not have any active listings on here.
Oh, hell yeah. That's amazing.
Exclude it. If there's something you want to get rid of, we can get rid of those too.
Yeah, let's get rid of the flips. Upside down. No. We can active investor owned. I don't want to call active investors right now. I want to talk to just homeowners. So basically that's going to remove any LLCs, right?
Active investor owned. If it's showing they bought it within a certain time, should be removing a lot of those.
All right. And can we add zombie properties to our list?
Yeah.
Oh, somebody said, call it Jeremy's vocal sauce.
There you go. Nice. Let's see. So you want to include zombies, you said, right?
This includes zombies. Yeah. I want to filter this list down. Okay.
And if we want to, we can also do this, but I would probably take off one of these here. Let's do match all selected. And let's, instead of having free and clear and high equity, I can get rid of some of these. Well, free and clear won't have tax ones. So let me get rid of free and clear. And maybe we can add high equity. Yeah, so even just here, if I do this one, we narrowed it down to 8 is showing.
Wow.
Vacancy.
Okay, let's go look at those.
Delinquent.
Okay, so we can tell Vermont is definitely a potential deal. Look at the wholesale score on that, 741.
Yeah.
And that one's listed on the MLS. Okay.
That one is. Yeah, I don't know why it brought up that one. It should have been. And one clue on that too is we made him green because Jamil, we like the MLS one, so it's hard for us not to. Well, that one looks like it went pending. It showed, but that one's green. So any green lines it shows, it's kind of pointing that out for you. A little reminder, right? See, again, that one would be on there. And I'm going to go and do this again because we can look at the greater area.
Gordon asks, how's the comping tool? Bro, it's one-click comping. One-click comping, which is just... Okay, let's go to that Vermont deal for a second. Yeah, and let's comp it.
Yeah, see all the things they hit. Yeah, these blue tags right here are all the different things that popped up for it. It's a pre-foreclosure zombie property, absentee owner, right? So it's letting you know out of a click of a button, what all tags that it would be under. What all ingredients are in that one already.
Right. Okay, so this thing listing at 175. Let's comp it. Hit the comparable button if you would.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we can just do single family. It might be, Mike, it might be your internet connection because it's super clear where I am, bro.
And again, all the filters are over here on the right. If you want to see more of them, they're over here. I can drag that over. Again, I can sort and filter the different rows if you wanted to for square footage, year built, anything to.
Awesome. So we've got some pretty big comps here. You've got, Rancho, which is, I believe, new construction, or is that not even new construction? That's sold for 5.5. That's a half a mile away. Amazing. So you could blow that house out and do like a mansion. You've got 4950 46th Street at 2.8. You've got 4602 Calle del Medio at 2.4. So this absolutely shows us the different comps. Gives us a good idea of the and how can I see where these comps are in relation to our subject on the map? Show me that.
Yeah, and I was gonna do that. I'll have to click on that here for a minute to mess with that because it should have brought it up here. Let me do the comps, and I wonder if it's because they have one of these other settings in here that's tweaking it a smidge here. But I'll come back to that one if I can.
Okay.
Later on that one, I'll show you guys here.
But what I want you guys to understand is, see up here, all of these filters up here, year build, lot size, square footage, all of that. Those are the appraisal rules. So I need you guys to understand that the appraisal rules have been embedded into this so that we can comp much faster. All of you guys that come to Straight Outta Compin and come to my coaching calls and you're there for a comp, you'll wait 4 hours sometimes for a comp. This is going to solve so many of your problems. All of you guys that are gun shy on making offers to agents because you need help comping. Let me ask the guys in the chat there. So the guys and the girls in the chat, have you ever not made an offer because you were unsure about the comps? If you've ever not made an offer because you were unsure about the comps, give me a Y in the chat. Because I think that's a massive, massive, massive thing that holds people back, is they're just not confident in their comping yet. And that creates a problem for them. And so look at this. The whole chat just blew up, right? So many people have not taken action because they're unclear about the comps. So I really love the fact that this solves that problem, right? That's a huge benefit for us. Okay. So back to the list poll. So I just want, I want to show a highly curated off-market list. Okay, so let's take off anything listed.
Okay. You want anything listed? Okay. You want me to get rid of the apartments and condos and townhomes and just do single family?
Sure.
Okay.
Yep. And let's go empty nesters. I love empty nesters. Okay, so this is going to be somebody owned by someone that's over 40 years old.
And with that too, we had, well, let me see here for that. Because one of these, we're getting 7 more added over here to these, the macro list, if you will, right? So one with the age one, there was a little pushback on some of the age stuff. So that one, we are getting 7 more added, and they'll be in within, it sounds like 3 weeks, we'll have them. But I know anything with age was one that there was some pushback on that. So
okay,
that one we
let's
may or may not be coming in with the 7.
Let's go 2,000 square feet or greater. Let's do have been owned 10 years or longer, or 20 years or longer.
We can do keyword search too, is one I like to do too. I think, Jamil, we talked about that one before. Cash, right? Or anything like that. If we're looking for on market, if we were, that one too. And then listing status too, we don't want any of those. But we can do expired listings, right? That's a big one we love too. Been high success on that one. And then default date, whenever they were in default on it. Let me go back up here. We're looking for years owned. That would be under macro. Investor. Owned it subject for a long period of time. So there we go.
And then
something here. So I got board investor. So something's clicking right. Let me see which filter we have that's overlapping them, because I have match all selected. I can't take that off.
Yeah.
Let's see what that gives us. 35,000 on that one. So we probably want to have this on and just remove a couple of these sauces here to really get the best one. So let me see, delinquent tax. And we can still do the wholesale filter over here too if you really want to.
Yeah, let's
really
go. Let's do a wholesale score of 800 or minimum 800.
Okay.
So we've
Ford
taken
investor,
a
single family.
We've taken a list that's 26,000. We're going to add the wholesale score to it. And we had Hader was asking in the chat earlier, how would this help if you're a real estate agent? Well, see that retail score right there? If you looked for properties that had a high retail score, that tells you that there's a high likelihood that this house will be listed on the retail market in the next 90 days. So you can also pull a list like that if you're a real estate agent looking for potential listings. All right, so now we got a list of 48. Let's see what that list looks like. Let's look at some of those properties.
Okay. And if I can add in, if you don't mind, Jamil, I want to add just the rental score. I was confused on this one for a while. I'm like, what the heck is rental score? And it's the likely that a renter buyer will buy the property in 90 days. And I'm like, how the heck does it know that? Well, some neighborhoods are highly, everything's industrial around there. And there's only people that are buying it are for rentals, short-term, long-term rentals. And I'm like, that's AI is pretty smart. I didn't even think of that one. And but that's what they're saying for the rental one too. So I know you guys didn't ask that, but I was confused on that one, and I wanted to. I know if I'm confused, you guys might be also on that one.
For sure. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these properties over here. Now I got a list of 48 from 26,000, and you can skip trace that list. What would the cost of skip tracing on this list of 28 be?
48 of them, yeah, what, whatever, it's 10, 12 cents a thing. So yeah, hardly anything.
Yeah. So let's just for giggles here, 48 times point. So the guys, you're talking $4, like $4, right? So that's a phenomenal discount on skip tracing a list of 26,000. And also, guys, Pace and I are working on getting skip tracing to be something that we embed in here for everything, so it becomes unlimited, and there'll be an option for that later on. So know that we're working on that in the coming months here. All right. So Elaine asked, how would this help me with co-living? Elaine, very, very easily, we could set filters on our acquisitions for the specific amount of equity needed in order for a deal to be to be a good co-living property. Because remember, in co-living, we want to be able to refi as much of our money out as possible. And also we can set the parameters to be in the areas where co-living properties typically exist in a certain market. So you can literally just change the filters to match the specifics that you're looking for. Elaine, I am going to do a co-living specific live stream where I use Deal Sauce and I show people how I'm pulling potential co-living deals using the Deal Sauce platform. And that'll be on a subsequent Saturday. So keep tuning in on these Saturday afternoon streams. And we're going to be looking at different wholesale opportunities. We'll be looking at co-living. We'll be looking at creative. How many of you guys are doing creative deals in the chat? Just put creative in the chat for me, because I'm going to do one more thing here with respect to looking at some potential creative deals. Now, a great wholesale opportunity for sub 2 are low equity deals that are sitting on the MLS. Okay. Can we pull a list of low equity deals that are sitting on the MLS for 90 days or more?
So low equity.
And while you're doing that, can you explain how the wholesale AI scores are decided? I have some insights into that, Nelson, and maybe Jeremy can help us a little bit more. But from what I understand is there are specific data points that show, or that specific things or life events happen that lead to somebody listing their home. Okay, so for instance, let's just say you cancel your magazine subscriptions. Let's say that you cancel your cell phone. Let's say that you have your water turned off a couple of times. Let's say that you have high equity and you lived in the house for a certain amount of years. Well, if you stack all of these different things on top of each other, some of the data points, we're actually not even allowed to know what those data points are because they're so intrusive that it would like break somebody's privacy for us to know what the data point was. But that doesn't mean that we can't use that data point in our AI. We just can't know what that data point is because it would be too intrusive into that person's life. So that's my understanding of how the AI scoring is done. Jeremy, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, and some of the data, let me tell you guys, there's so many data points, we couldn't even cover them, and I don't even know all of them. One of the things I was told was if somebody just bought a big screen TV, and what do you do whenever you have a big screen TV? Well, I got to mount it, so I got to get the brackets and everything. I got to get the board or something to mount it to the wall and do all of those things. Well, they're not likely to be moving if they're doing that. So they're not likely to be putting their house up for sale if they just bought a big screen TV. That's what you do when you move into a new place, isn't it? Or you plan on staying there for a while. So you're exactly right, Jamil. It's all of that data. Delinquents, are they red tagged? Are they getting fined by the city on HOA fees, lawns not taken care of? All these other clues that are just fines and things that are getting hit on them. And it's usually of things that people are in, medical or disrepair or in a situation where they need to sell, right? Not somebody that wants to sell, but somebody needs to sell. And that's what wholesale really is. The higher the number, the more they need to sell.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be giving you the details on how you can all get your hands on this in just a little moment here. But for all the creative finance people that are with us today, I just want them to see how easy it is for them to pull a list of potential wholesale opportunities for creative finance sub-2 deals. So we got low equity, single family.
You guys remember, let me just remind you guys, if you don't. Okay.
We have low equity, single family.
I'm going to remind them too, because if there's already some program. Yeah.
60 days or longer.
Sorry, I think my Wi-Fi. Let me turn off my camera. That might be easier for my. Yeah, and I was going to remind them too, they can also remember, if they want Justin's, if they want some of these other ones here, they can just use one of these shortcuts too. Besides trying to come up with your own secret sauce on it, just piggyback, right? Somebody else plagiarize. We can't do it in school, but we can do it in life. So we'll do the same thing there. So let me go to filters, 60 days.
60 days, yeah. Let's go 60 days on market.
Yeah. Okay. So listings, days on market. So we want active listings, okay? Single family, give it a townhome. Okay, so we're at 117 right now with just those.
117, which is a very manageable number. Let's just open that list up real quick so we can see it.
And there is this too, Jim. I didn't get to cover this, but if you want individual or business or financial or government, like what owner types are there, you can narrow that down. Again, layers upon layers. Anything you guys want.
Phenomenal. And there we go. Right, we can pull these up. We start giving. Hey, let's not pull any more. Yeah, let's just go back to that list.
Okay. I was just sorting them, is all this is, just sorting the list, right? If I want to, there's 117 of them. If I want to sort it by, whatever I want.
Higher wholesale scores. Got it. Yeah, very cool. And there you have it, guys, right? We can get in there. We've now got a very highly curated list. These all look like deals that could have some legs on them because they're pretty well upside down, low equity deals with some good mortgage rates on them. And so now you can actually get in there and turn these into creative deals. And so there's just so many opportunities. And week after week, guys, what I'll be doing is I'll be coming on to these live streams and we're going to deep dive into a specific deal type, right? So I'm going to be doing co-living deals. I'm going to be doing fix and flip, wholesale. We'll do creative. And if you guys have any other deals that you'd like to see us do a deep dive in, let us know what those subject matters are, and we'll continue to bring these trainings for you guys every single week. All right. So I'm excited for you guys to get your hands on this. I'm excited for you guys to try this. First, before we let Jeremy go, can we all give Jeremy some love in the chat? Tell him how grateful we are for his time today, for his knowledge. We're going to be seeing a lot of him in the future as we dive in and do more of this. Antoine, we will absolutely get into multifamily. Yvette, if you can, sorry, Jeremy, thank you for taking time out of your day today. I know you're out in one of the most beautiful places in the entire country, in Kalispell, Montana, yet you spent time with us diving into this platform, and it's really, really incredible of you to be able to do that. We appreciate you, and we'll see you a ton more here as the weeks progress.
Yes, thank you, Jamil. Anytime you guys need me on, and I just want to leave you with, I said I would share this with you, and I wanted to go back to it, just the screen there with the comps, right? You were asking about the map on it. So
yeah.
You can zoom in and see what's around. Since earlier I didn't show that. I said I would, so there you go.
Amazing.
And
amazing.
Click on whichever one you want to, and sort them whatever you want to, and draw around it whatever you want to. And but yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. Yeah, love the software, and we love your feedback too, because again, we're going to get better and better. The latest, greatest software. Yep. And I hope it is always the latest, greatest. With your help, we're going to make it the latest, greatest software consistently.
Phenomenal.
Thank you, Jamil, for all you do.
Of course. Thank you, brother. And so I'm excited for you guys to give this a try, right? Because I believe that as we dive in week after week, as we see more and more and more of this, you're going to see more utility. And so I want you guys all to mark the date on your calendars, because today is February 8th. All right. Today is going to be the day of the start of your acquisitions journey in a way more affordable way than we've been having to do this in the past. Yvette, if you would, can you put the link to the free trial in the chat? There we go. All right, guys, there we have it. There is the link to the free trial. You guys can go in and have a look at this, give it your best shot, and send me any feedback that you have, right? Because we're going to continue to upgrade this. We're going to continue to make it better. I want you guys to consider yourselves as owners of this platform, as being a part of the development of it, because this is the community's baby. This is the product of being overcharged, of companies not caring about us. You know, when I'm not going to name names, but there was one platform that sold, and as soon as they sold to a big national title company, all of the utility that they used to have in the platform that was good for wholesalers, they took away, because they didn't care about the wholesalers anymore. They only cared about the real estate agents. And so they wanted to let the wholesalers leave. They were like, wholesalers, go, you go away. We don't want your customers. We don't want you as customers. We've had other platforms that come into the marketplace, and they stay for a while, and they do really well. And then, you know, things start to get a little janky over there, right? And we don't know if the company is going to hang around longer for the next little while. And we get scared to buy annual memberships because we're like, I don't want to get ripped off, right? And so that's a thing. And there also has been a problem with different acquisitions platforms doing different pieces, and us having to have multiple platforms to do it all. And this is the first time to actually have one platform that's doing everything at once. And no, John, it is not hard to cancel it all. You just send an email and cancel it if you guys, if you don't feel that it's for you after the 2-week trial. But I highly encourage all of you to get on that free trial. Is there a way for people to click this, Yvette? Because it doesn't seem that there is a way. We should have gotten an easier domain for that. But there is the link, guys, on the screen. Get in there. Check out the free trial for the next 2 weeks. I highly believe that this is going to be the game changer. It is clickable. Amazing. Okay, go in, sign up for the free trial, and then week after week, I'm going to be doing trainings over here, guys. Week after week, I'm going to be doing trainings over here. We're going to dive into using this for co-living. We're going to dive into using this for wholesale. We're going to dive into using this for creative deals. We're going to dive into using this for on-market deals. We're going to dive into using this for fix and flip. So land, all of it, right? So get your free trial, get saucy, go play around in it. And also wanted to let you guys know who misses Straight Outta Compton. By the way, if you miss Straight Outta Compton, let me know in the chat. Put Compton in the chat if you miss Straight Outta Compton. Look at all you people missing Straight Outta Compton. Yes, so we will be doing another training, I believe, next Saturday, same time, same place. So excited that I'll be able to do another training with you guys in my new home. That's fun. Well, I wanted you guys to know that Straight Outta Compton is coming back. And it is coming back thanks to Deal Sauce. Yes. Straight Outta Compton will be coming back, and we'll be doing all of our comps using Deal Sauce. So thank you so much for your guys' patience. And I know so many of you guys have needed Straight Outta Compton. But this is going to be an incredible way for us to get one solid platform that the entire community can get on board with. And I believe in it. Pace believes in it. The Astro community believes in it. And we're just so excited. We're just so excited that we have something here that's very affordable, that is community built and community run. And it will be here for the long haul, guys. So tune in again next week, same time, same place. We're going to be doing a specific training. Send me a DM on Instagram, guys, if you have any questions, any comments, anything that you need help on, or any criticism that we can take to get better at what we're providing you guys here. I absolutely adore you all. Thank you for tuning in today, and I will see you all next week. I'm going to put this back on the screen one more time. There we go. Deal Sauce, one more time, Yvette, in the chat. Thank you so much. Click on that link, guys. Just keep spamming the chat, Yvette. Do it a few times. Awesome. We'll see you guys all in a week. God bless you. Take care. Mwah! Later.